Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are safe, I hope you are doing well, I hope you are catching RR as usual. Asus Effect here with a brand new video to help you out to improve your trading skill. In this video, I'm gonna be teaching you how to trade pullbacks. I hope if you trade SMC, you know that sometimes you have a POI where you want to maybe long or short from, and you have to wait for pullbacks which takes maybe hours or days or sometimes even weeks. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you how you'll be able to catch those pullbacks to your entry and be able to catch your mid move. And I'm also going to give you some couples of examples. If you are not yet following me on Instagram, here is the username AsusFX. You can follow me. And also, if you are not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, try to subscribe and like the video if you like this type of content. Thank you. So first, I'm going to explain the market structure, how you can use it for your pullbacks and be able to catch them. For now, let's talk about the market structure and let's see how you can use it to be able to maybe catch some pullback. So on this one, I will try to talk about the bullish trend. For a bullish trend, wherever you maybe learn about SMC market structure, the bullish trend always looks like this. If you look at this, you see the price created the high, pull back maybe to some sort of order block, bought, create new high, pull back, tap order block, bought, create new high, and more likely to maybe pull back for a new buy again. So this is market structure for a bullish trend. How do you use this to be able to catch pullbacks? The main move is actually this one, but how do you catch those pullbacks here? Sometimes maybe price, let's say the price gave you this break of structure here, and you have maybe another block here, and you are waiting for price to come here. It might even take weeks or days or month for price to come here before maybe give you the buy setup. But sometimes instead of just waiting for this, you can actually sell the pullback to the downside before catching your main move to the upside. So this is the main purpose of this video. So first thing, you have to understand the market structure, the properties of market structure. For a bullish trend, price doesn't break the low. Sometimes it breaks maybe for a liquidity grab and buy to the upside. But price doesn't break the low, and price always breaks the high. You see this high is broken, this high is broken, and maybe if you have a pullback, more likely to break the previous high again. This is the second thing. The third thing is price gives you the pullback after breaking the previous high. So if you have this previous high, first price will have to break this one before giving you the pullback. Price will have to break the previous high here before giving you the pullback. Now if we buy, we're more likely to break this before giving you the pullback. So if you want to trade the pullback, you have to, let's say for a sell, you have to sell the pullback in a bullish trend. So to be able to sell the pullback in a bullish trend, you have to wait for price to break this previous high here. You have to wait for price to break this previous high here, and you also need for price to break this previous high. It's after breaking the previous high that now you can have a pullback. This is the second thing. And now the remaining is, once you know that after breaking the high, price will give you the pullback. Now every time price breaks the high, don't just start selling because price broke the high. Nah, that's not how it works. Once price breaks this high, you need price to give you a confirmation for a sell. When price buys, you know that you maybe have some bullish trend here inside of this expansion to the upside. Now you need price to give you a change of character and a pullback for a sell. And once you sell this, now you can sell the pullback to the downside, and now you look for your confirmation for the buy. And if you want to sell the pullback again, you want price to take the previous high, and now same thing, give you a confirmation for a sell, and you sell to the downside. So this is the second thing when you want to trade pullbacks. First, you want for price to break the previous high, like this one, previous high broken. Second thing, it gives you confirmation. The last thing is I'll talk about the take profit. When you sell the pullback, just sell the pullback to the 50% of the main move. If the main move gave you this, and if you get the maybe the pullback here, if you sell the pullback, just sell it to the 50%. This is the safest TP you can have. If you want to take profit, you can take profit at the 50%. Or if you want below, it depends if you see a buy setup or not. So this is how you can trade the pullback. First, you wait for price to break this previous high. Second, you need confirmation. Third, you take TP at the 50%. Or if you don't take TP at 50%, at least take partial at 50%. And the remaining you can hold till the order block you want to buy from. And the same thing if price is dropping, is just the same thing, but the opposite. For price, when for a bearish trend, you know that the pullback will always happen when price breaks the previous low. This previous low will be broken before you have a pullback. This previous low will be broken before you have a pullback. And from here, you need price to give you a change of character and a pullback for a buy. Confirmation. You need a change of character and a pullback for a buy. Once price breaks the low, you need confirmation, a change of character pullback for a buy. And once you buy, you know that you have to buy price to 50% above. So your TP can just be at the 50% here, or if you maybe have some order block, you can take full TP at the order block you want to short from. But first thing, just hold till the 50% and you take partial or TP. For me, the best thing I can do is I take TP or 90% off, and the remaining I can hold till maybe I have order block here that I want to sell from. I hold it here, and now I can take the sell to the downside. So this is how you can catch almost all the time the pullback. Let's say you want to take any trade, I show you right now. If I look at this trade here, on my last video I've made a video how I got I think 178R or 178R from this area to the upside. I made a video, you can get the video in the description of the video of this video, of course. So on this one, I know that for me to buy this, maybe I have another block here that I want to buy from. Okay, there's this other block I want to buy from, but price was not just here for a buy. If you look well, price was at this high before dropping here and buy. And if you look here, this 45 minutes mean that it took almost 2 days for price to drop, come to this area and give me my buy setup. It took time. But how do I sell this setup or this pullback to the downside before getting the buy? So if you look well, based on market structure, you know that price is bullish. Price give you this, give you a pullback, give you this, give you a pullback, give you this. How do you get this pullback to the downside? So all you have to do is, you know that once price started buying, it will break the previous high before giving you a pullback. So this was the previous high here. Once the previous high is broken, now I can look for my sell setup for a pullback to the downside. That's how I can catch the pullback. And if I get the sell for the pullback, where do I take TP? At the 50% here, you see when price came here, it started giving some bullish reaction. So at the 50%, I can now take partial, or you can take full TP if you want. You take partial, and now you hold the remaining till the OB you want to buy from. And at your buy, you look for your buy setup with your confirmation, with your style, you know how to enter, you enter. So now this pullback, I'll try to see if I can get any confirmation for this sell. Let's say I come here, I go maybe to the 5-minute time frame, if I can get anything, or the 1 minute. Let's see. So on this, I want price to give me a change of character and a pullback, and that's exactly what happened. If you look at this, price is buying, price gave me this, price did this. So this was my change of character I'm looking for, and I know that price already took the previous high. You need the previous high to be taken before you look for a change of character, and that's exactly what happened. Price broke this low, which was our change of character. Now you want price to pull back to some sort of order block, and maybe get another block here. Or if you maybe enter from imbalances, you can have maybe this imbalance you can enter from. I don't usually use imbalance, but if you do, then you can maybe have this entry. The entry depend on your style. Some people enter from imbalance, some people maybe enter from liquidity, some people enter from order block. So it depends on your style of entry. So in this video, let's say that you just entered from this imbalance here. You have this maybe entry from this imbalance, your stop loss above the high, so you got this sell. Okay, once you get this sell, where do you target as TP? Your final TP should be the order block you want to buy from, which is this one. You have this order block you can buy from here, and your safest TP you can have maybe should be this low. I think this low should be somewhere at the 50%. You take the fib from the low to the high, yeah, is 61, is pretty much the 50%. So I can take partial at this level, and my full TP I can take it here. So instead of waiting for maybe days for price to come to this area for a buy, I can actually sell the pullback to the downside to buy it later. So that's how you can actually buy the pullback or sell the pullback really easy. Get your market structure, bullish trend. Okay, you know that you have to take the previous high before a pullback. So from here, you know that price should have to take the previous high before the pullback. Fine, you look for a confirmation. Once the high is taken, now you sell to maybe 50% for the TP, or the TP can be anywhere, but the safest you can do is 50%. Price always hit the 50% for the pullback, but the remaining price might not even go to your order block and keep buying. But the first thing, you look for the 50%, and the remaining, fine, based on your style you can know where you can target. So that's how you can actually buy or sell the pullback. But let's see if there is some setup here that I'm waiting for price. So if you look well, I wanted price to break this low, which is my break structure, and give me a pullback to this order block, and I sell to the downside. Okay, so I want price to give me something like this, give me this and this. And as SMC traders, Once price breaks this low, they put alerts here and they wait for price to come here. Sometimes price never come. Price can do something like this and drop down. But what you can do is, or price can just keep dropping. It depends. So what you can do is, instead of waiting for days for a pullback, or sometimes it might not even happen, the best thing is, or sometimes it might happen, but I actually keep buying and even break the previous high. So what you can do is, after the low broken, you need a change of character happen here. The pullback did happen. Pullback to some sort of order block here. I think there's some sort of SMC hunt, maybe I think maybe news or something. Something happened here. So you get this buy to the upside, you buy it to your order block, and from the order block you look for a sell setup, you sell it down. And the same thing happened here. Like let's say you took this sell here, you see this previous sell here. So there is this breaker block that I wanted to enter from. You see there is this breaker block I wanted to enter from. Instead of waiting for price to come here before giving you the sell setup to the downside, if you see price give you a bullish movement, like you see break of structure, pullback, buy, boom, so you buy this one to where you want to short from and you sell it down. So always price will have to break structure before giving you the pullback. Don't start maybe taking trade without any break of structure. Always break of structure before trying to take any pullback. And this thing happens all the time. If I take, let's say, this one, okay, if I look at this, instead of waiting for price, you see, like instead of waiting for price to come to this zone to maybe buy to the upside, after price giving me this breaker structure, you see this breaker structure to the upside, I can now sell it to the downside, and you see the sell happen. The sell actually happened. If you took this, you would have maybe hit some maybe 20R, 10R, or 50R on this sell before actually looking for the real buy to the upside. And this can happen. You don't wait for a pullback, but you bring price to your pullback. Or if you look at this, or you bring price to your order block, I mean, price broke structure, give us a pullback, more likely to give us a buy to the upside. This is what I can see here. But instead of waiting for price to come to this zone, once I know that there is a break of structure happening here, I need price to give me a pullback. It did here, it tapped some zone here, but broke structure again. From breaking structure, I need a pullback. And what happened? Price created this low, change the character, sell, 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 and keep selling. You keep selling to your zone, and now you can now have the next buy to the upside. So every time you want to maybe trade a pullback, trading pullbacks are sometimes good, because instead of waiting for trade, you can actually have some trade, and sometimes price might not even come to your zone. So if you get the pullback, a right pullback, then you make money, and that's the thing. And you have to understand how to get the pullback, because some people, they can force a pullback. If you look at this, when I'm talking about forcing a pullback, you see there is this order block here, and you see when price came here, started giving a sell setup, and some people, they actually start selling here. This is not how you sell the pullback. You know, market structure bullish, price more likely to break this high. It's pointless to sell from this supply zone, because based on market structure, if price is bullish, every high should be broken. You know that the high has to be broken before you sell. That's the first mistake people do. Second mistake, even the breaker structure, they don't wait for a right confirmation. They just see a small maybe bearish candle like this one, they start going short, they take stop loss, they keep taking stop losses. So that's the thing. Once you get your breaker structure, look for a right confirmation, a change of character, and a pullback. And you can even look for a confirmation again after getting your pullback to your zone that you want to maybe sell or buy based on the pullback you want to have. So this is one example I showed you right now on AUD, and it works on every single pair. Euro GBP, you see this one. Instead of maybe waiting for pullback here, waiting for pullback here, price took this high. I had a sell setup here, and this sell setup ran for, I think, ran around 20R. Yeah, ran around 22R. This sell setup ran for 22R before buying to the upside. Even though I hit break even on this one, I had 22R, which is already enough for me to maybe take partial or something, instead of someone who is waiting for this zone to long to the upside. So if you look, price bought, took the previous high, which was this one. I would change the character. Now we need a pullback. So the pullback, you need confirmation for a sell, and you sell it down. And the sell did happen, but actually price didn't go to the zone I'm looking for. But it's still, if you use the fib from the low to the high, you only have to sell to 50%. And look what happened. Price exactly dropped to the 50% of the fib and bought. So if you had your TP, which is exactly at the 50%, you had a 21-hour trade. So by selling a pullback 21-hour trade, and someone who doesn't know how to trade pullback, the person wait for maybe this buy, and the person never gets the buy. And me, most of the time, I always trade the pullback. note all these pairs. I don't trade all these pairs for the pullback. Like this one, maybe I can have this zone that I can maybe set alert and wait for price to come to. But if I scalp EU, if let's say if I scalp EU, I always trade pullbacks. I don't wait for pullback on EU. If I can, maybe this one. I think today I didn't take much of trade. So if I check FXCM right now, yesterday's session here. If you look at this, I buy, I sell. If you look at this one, you see now price is bullish. Okay, price is bullish. Let me change this one to black. Okay, you see that price is bullish, but what I did is I sold the pullback to buy it later. I wanted to sell the pullback later, but I took some couple of losses, two losses. This one, actually, I didn't get the right confirmation, and this one, for some reason, price actually hunted my stop loss. He hunted my stop loss before giving me the pullback. But I had this pullback; it did work out, and this is the next expansion to the upside. So you can buy and you can sell the pullback. You can actually buy the pullback. You can sell the pullback if you know price giving you this. Yeah, like look at these buys. You see all these buys I got here. This note, the main move is just a pullback. Price gave me this, a pullback for this. So I had to buy all this pullback, but I didn't get the main move to the downside because price didn't actually miss the main sell to the downside. But I got all these buys here to the upside. All these buys are based on pullback. But some people, if they just want to wait for some supply zone, maybe somewhere here, they never got the sell to the downside. They just didn't get the sell. So now, based on this video, you know how to trade pullback. You know how to trade pullback, so you don't have to wait for maybe price to come to your zone before getting a trade. You can actually sell price to a zone or buy price to a zone before really taking the main move. And sometimes you cannot even make money from the main move. You can make money from the pullback. So that's what usually happens. So I hope you will really like this content. I hope you will learn something new. And if you learn something new and you like this content, try to subscribe to my YouTube channel, drop a like, and also make sure you give me a follow on Instagram. And thank you for all.